Hello everyone, what's up? It's me again, Youngmaster3, and this is going to be another one of those underrated, overlooked, or forgotten horror films that I would like to recommend. So all of these, if you have followed this series or in this playlist or whatever, you might have noticed that some of these films aren't really like Oscar material or like greatest films ever or anything, but I just think that these movies deserve to get more attention and more recognition than they actually have. And yeah, though these films are still very entertaining in my opinion. So yeah, that's the reason why I started this series, just to um, make people more aware of movies that more people should see. So yeah, let's begin right away. First up, we have Dead Meat. This is basically a zombie film from the early 2000s. And for a newer zombie film, I mean, that sounds really weird when I say it's a newer zombie film because this is like from 2004, I believe. So, yeah. But anyway, this is an Irish film. And this is basically about this woman who gets like stranded in the middle of nowhere, somewhere in the landscape of Ireland, and she meets up with this gravedigger called Desmond, I believe, and they basically have to try to survive until the next day, I think, or maybe it takes place in 2 or 3 days. I'm not too sure. It was quite a while since I saw it, but this movie has some really entertaining, entertaining gore effects, and there's a really hilarious scene involving like a vacuum cleaner. I'm not gonna spoil it for you if you haven't seen it, but this movie basically lives on its atmosphere and its like locations alone, I would say. That's really the best thing about the entire film. I mean, the storyline isn't really the greatest, but yeah, the locations and the gore and all of that's just great in my opinion. So it's somewhat of an underrated, overlooked horror film in general. So yeah, Dead Meat. Then we have another film which I think, I'm not too sure if this has any other like DVD release. Might have had like yeah, it has like a VHS release. I know that, but I don't really know if this movie has gotten any other DVD release than this one. But this movie is called Mikey from the early 90s, I believe. This is pretty much like a killer kid film, because Mikey, he has, I think his parents has died, and another family takes him in and adopts him into yeah, his own son. So their own son. Damn, my English is just bad now. But yeah, they adopt him, and they figure out that he is not as kind as they thought he would be, because he is basically like involved in these murders. I mean, that's not really a big spoiler or anything because this is pretty much like a killer kid film, so you pretty much know from the get go who's responsible, and that Mikey is a really evil son of a bitch. So yeah, so yeah, if you like killer kids films in general, like evil kids, so what I'm talking about. Well, if you like those type of films, this is definitely one of the better ones, and yeah, I really enjoy this one. So it has that early '90s feeling to it, like really nostalgic for me. Even though I wasn't alive in the early '90s, but not too sure when this came out. I think it was like '92 or '93. I can be so wrong about that. But Mikey. Then we have a film which I think I might have mentioned before, and this is definitely a film that 88 Films should release under their slasher label, like on DVD or something, because this is, yeah, definitely a film that deserves a release, in my opinion, because this is clearly like a bootleg. So yeah, Fatal Games. Yeah, like you can probably tell, this is bootleg. He never got on DVD or like a Blu-ray release. The second prize is death. So this takes place at some campus where these athletes, they really train hard to pretty much be the best. I mean, the opening song pretty much is about that. Like it, second chance or like no. I mean, like second prize is not worth a damn. Pretty much everyone just must be like the best, which is really interesting because there's so many things that looks like that in real life, that there people like just are insane with these type of things. But the one thing which I really enjoy about this film is the ending. I'm not gonna spoil it, but it has a really interesting twist to it, and that pretty much makes the whole film. And some of the kills are pretty damn entertaining as well. and the murder weapon that's been used, because I don't think that has been used in that many horror movies in general. So yeah, you don't really know who the killer is either until the very like twist in the end, or like towards the end. So yeah, but Fatal Games, entertaining as hell in my opinion. More people should see it. Yeah, somewhat of an underrated slasher from the early 80s. So yeah, Fatal Games. Now the next one is probably not straightforward horror film, but still has some horror elements to it. Uh, I never hear anyone talk about this one. I don't really understand why. Maybe it's like long gone out of print. Maybe that's the reason why. But I really, really enjoy this film, and the movie is The New Kids. Like I said, maybe not really straightforward horror film, but it's basically about these siblings. They lose their father in like a car crash or something, I believe, in the like just in the beginning of the film. The father is played by Tom Atkins, which is, I mean, it's a little a shame that he dies so like early in the film. That's not really on a big spoilers, because I think that like happens in the first like 5 minutes or so. So these siblings, they basically go to live with their, I think it's their uncle or like grandpa or something. I think it was like an uncle. I'm not too sure. And their uncle owns this like amusement park. So they basically stay in like a cabin there. And of course, when they come to school, they are like sort of outcasts and like bullied by this like psychotic gang basically. So the entire film is basically them trying to defend themselves towards this like gang, because everyone in school is really afraid of this gang because of the leader. And the leader of this gang is played by James Spader, and he's like a real psychotic son of a bitch in this one. So yeah, but anyway, The New Kids, if you've never seen this one, check it out if you can find it, because I think it might be hard to come across. This is also like directed by Sean S. Cunningham, and for those people who know your horror films, you know that that's the director of the first original Friday the 13th film. So yeah, but anyway, The New Kids, entertaining as hell in my opinion. Maybe not, like I said before, not straightforward horror film, but it still has some horror elements to it. Now the next one is probably another one, which is if you wonder why I do this all the time, I have like my allergies. I mean, it's so damn irritating. My eyes keep like watering and stuff. Well, that sounds weird, but anyway, this next film is another film which I think is pretty damn hard to come across. Not too sure. I don't think this movie has any other DVD release. Might have. I'm not too sure, but I have one of those like really like boring cover arts for this. But Massacre at Central High. Maybe more of a drama film or thriller film than a straightforward horror film, even though it has some horror elements to it. Also takes place in like a school environment, and I don't know that for sure that I really liked the characters in this, if I remember correctly. And yeah, I don't really know what else to say, but yeah, anyway, this movie is really needs like another DVD release or something, because I think this release is pretty damn hard to come across, and if you do come across it, who the hell wants the DVD release which looks like this? I mean, it's just so boring in my opinion. But anyway, Massacre at Central High. I believe there is another like release of this, which has like some guy on the front cover with an axe, if I remember correctly. But yeah, Massacre at Central High, the last film that I'm going to recommend in this video. So yeah, we'll see when I make the next episode for this, if I tend to find any other film that isn't talked about that much that needs to, yeah, that more people should need to check out. So yeah. So the next film, not the next film, damn. The next video is probably going to be the continuation of my horror DVD collection, and maybe I think I have like 2 or 3 update videos which I still haven't like uploaded. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Maybe I will upload those videos before this one or like after. I'm not really sure when I'm going to do that, but also I'm going to make some more like top 10 videos, which I haven't done in a while, and it's going to be a little bit special because yeah, I really like these type of setups which I'm going to do with those top 10 lists or whatever. But yeah, anyway, I'm not going to spoil that for you, because now I'm going to end the video because I've almost talked for 10 minutes. So yeah, hope everyone enjoyed and didn't get bored, and hope to see you again as soon as possible. So see you next time. Bye bye.